man.
All right, NBA playoffs, we're talking about it. And this is the thing that we were trying to talk about, you talk about the East. We know about Boston, the defending champs. We know about Cleveland had the best record. We know all about that. But then there's the Knicks, there's the Bucks, there's a couple other teams. The Pacers, right? Let's not forget them, poo-poo them.
You might be going where I might be going. That's all I'm going to say.
So, dark horses. The biggest dark horse who could possibly come out of the East where maybe, just maybe, one of the teams that we think is going to be there maybe doesn't get there.
Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm going to start with, I think Boston is taking it. I just think there's just too much. They have too many guys who can do all three levels, shoot, pass, dribble. They just got too many guys. Usually teams got a 3-and-D guy or a guy who just rebounds.
But teams don't repeat a lot.
That's true.
That's the one thing in sports. You don't really see it.
Yeah, that's true. But it's hard for me to see in the East, specifically in the East, who can beat them. But to our point of, if it's not them, then who? You just mentioned it.
Yeah, because we're saying,
Yeah, we're putting them over there.
Let's put them to the side, and let's put the Cavaliers to the side. Because I wouldn't call them a dark horse. They won.
No, of course. They had an amazing season. One particular person I'm looking at, not even the team. Obviously, he plays on the team, but I'm looking at him. And that is Giannis. I would love for Giannis to say, oh, yeah, y'all must have forgot. I would love for Giannis to do what LeBron did a handful of times, or what Luka did last year, where you look at the team, you're like, they're good and everything, but he just went crazy. Dirk did back in 2011. And it would be awesome if Giannis said, y'all must have forgot I'm an MVP. I was an MVP candidate this year. The team started to play better towards the end of the season. They did. It looks like he's going to get Dame back at some point, according to Monty's, update a bit ago. That he's clear from the blood clots and he's no longer on the blood thinner medicine. And I want to see if Giannis can get in there. And I'm not saying maybe they go to the finals, but if he gets to it versus, say, this the Cavs or say it's the Celtics, and they go 6 or 7 games, he puts up 35, 12, and 10 a night, balls out, when you're like, that's the Giannis I know. And I want to see Giannis do that. I want to see Giannis get back up there because to me, when you're that great, I look at him, a Luka, a Jokic, not LeBron anymore, but, LeBron 4, 5, 6 years ago. Steph Curry, a couple years back. I didn't know if he had it in him to do it so much solo. Him to get that ring and ball out and really just drag those Warriors too. I want to see Giannis be able to do that. I've been underwhelmed last season. He was a part of getting Adrian Griffin fired. Doc Rivers hasn't been spectacular as a coach. They underachieved last season. Damian Lillard, I don't know, we just kind of had to find our way, and maybe this, offseason, and we just weren't clicking. This season, they've underachieved. I want to see Giannis put his team on his insane shoulders and back muscles and say, you know what, y'all? I'm at least drag us to the Eastern Conference Finals. And when we get there, from there, it's any man's game. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Because he's too good for us to kind of be, Giannis. Oh, yeah, Giannis is out there. You know what I mean? Like, he's too good.
I got a name.
Who that?
Karl Anthony Towns.
Oof.
They made the trade.
They did.
They said, we need another guy. They were right on the cusp, right? Last year, people thought that the T-Wolves were going to beat Dallas, right?
Yep.
And get there after they upset the Denver Nuggets in 7 games. So Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks, who didn't get out of the second round last year. Remember, the Pacers beat them. So here's an opportunity of him to take the Knicks further along. I'm not saying maybe to the Eastern Conference Finals, and it's on the hill. As good as Jalen Brunson is, Karl Anthony Towns averaged almost 25 points a game. His defense, a lot to be desired. But can he shoot 43% from 3? He's a baller, man. I'm telling you, he could be the force to get the Knicks one more step. So he's
they need
a guy.
Jalen, though.
No. I'm not saying without him.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's why they made the move.
To pair those two together.
To pair those two
I dig it.
In hopes that they can get something else going.
And they were underachieving, too, not beating good teams in their own conference, not beating good teams
struggle.
in the West. It's weird. And now you just wonder, did Tibbs wear it down to the bone where they're just tired? Like,
well, that's a bone on bone.
Yeah, right. Just like we ain't got no cartilage up in here because you know how Tibbs does. So I love both those answers. Another. You mentioned it up top. The Pacers, I will say, they have won a lot of games that last a little bit of the season, and their offense. Well,
we know
was
Rick Carlisle's a good coach.
Yeah,
so we do know that
their offense got scary. Where it was like, oh shoot, because they were knocking teams out.
And at one point earlier in the season, Halliburton wasn't the same. There was something
still to this day, he's not giving me what he gave me with the Kings. In that little bit of the first run with the Pacers, I don't know what's
the first part of the Pacers run was unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't know if he just like maybe we thought he was going to keep getting better. He's like, yo, wow, this is as good as it's as good as it gets. I'm an all-star caliber guy, but I'm not going to be first, second team All NBA guy. I'll settle down. But their offense is definitely scary for some teams and who have to face them. And you know, obviously as a Pistons fan, I was like, whoo, rather play the Knicks than the Pacers right off the bat because their offense is. They got it going on right now. And they should because you kind of thought they were going to be in a better position last season. They kind of underachieved the last couple of years too. Ryan, you got a team out there in the East you're looking at? Little dark horse? Anybody?
I like the thoughts on the Bucks because I do think that, if Lillard is coming back right now, that team is super dangerous because we know what Giannis can do.
We do.
And
they've been overlooked, don't you think? They've been
rightfully
overlooked.
so, justifiably, though. I mean, they weren't. You thought they'd be up there, winning 55, 60 games. Well, if I told you got Damian Lillard and Giannis and Brook Lopez and the rest of your team, Bobby Portis being out definitely hurt them. I'll give them a little bit with that. Bobby Portis was their heart of the team. I know Giannis is their best player, but Bobby Portis was kind of the heart and soul of the team. So losing him was difficult. But, yeah, I would love to see like Giannis remind the league, don't forget your boy.